Hello everyone, my name is Jeff, and this is the Fire Force Episode 5 review. With me, as always, are Coby and Torie. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you for having me. This episode is really cold.
It's not a cold episode. This episode is hot. This episode is Las Vegas. This episode is Tampa. This episode is Phoenix, Arizona. It's hot, hot, hot up here in the Fire Force reviews.
Oh, I was mistaken. I'm sorry.
So wait, do you not like the episode, Torie?
No, I was just working off of Coby, okay?
Oh, okay.
She's trying to throw me off. I had my elaborate setup that I do every week of naming hot things. She tried to throw a wrench in my plans.
I did, but it didn't work. You conquered me. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
You solved my puzzle.
You solved the puzzle. Okay, so what did you guys think of the episode then?
It was better than last week, I suppose.
It was more action-packed for sure as we start to getting into this conflict. I guess I was surprised. I thought I missed something for like how quick this conflict escalated, like how quickly it did. Because on one aspect, I liked this new Gravel girl like more. She worked better as a villain in this episode than last episode because it was a good contrast with her backstory being she was a nun of the sister. But like the sister just goes over there to talk, and then all of a sudden the eighth just like barges in and started beating the shit out of everybody, which was just I was like, oh, that's kind of out of left field to me.
Yeah, I definitely expected that they were gonna build her up to be more of a villain, and maybe we'd see her again in the next few episodes. But no, we see her right away, and it seems like this conflict is already coming to its head, and the finale of which will be next episode. And with that, we might know like pretty soon what causes the Infernals to become Infernals.
And what I don't get is, so I understand why Section 8 has a grudge against Section 5, because they obviously are harboring information, or kind of like the bad guys that they need to investigate. But why does Section 5 want to eliminate Section 8? Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
Because they're just a bunch of do-gooders. Like, who needs them around, like, messing up, you know, all their plans and their schemes by, like, doing things like, you know, by focusing on saving people. Like, who needs that?
I wonder if they know that Section 8's hidden purpose is to investigate them or something. Because that would be a good reason as to why they just want to get rid of them, you know? And this seems like because they have a lot of funding from Hajime and whatever, and because they seem to have a beat on like all the special infernals that are happening in the city, they might have like a lot of spies or something like that, a lot of informants.
Yeah,
who knows? They could have figured it out somehow.
So yeah, Section 5, they're the Hajime owned one, right? They're like the company one.
Yeah,
I think so.
At least they do imply that Princess Hibana came from Hajime.
Or that they're at least funded by them, and then, yeah, Hibana came up in the ranks because of her firepower. Is that why?
No, because of the information the illegal information she collected on Infernals and sold.
She was able to secure a high position.
I don't know. I wonder if they're gonna talk more about the backstory with the sister and her. Because to me, it just seems like they threw that in just to show how evil she is. Because she used to be like, oh, I'm a nun, I'm a sister, I'm a churchgoer. And now she's like, oh, there is no God. Have you not realized that anymore? You know, there's only devils in this world. So
yeah, I think we're sorry. I think you're right. We're hurtling toward a confrontation between sister and Princess Gravel about how you need to, you know, look at yourself and what you're doing, and all you're doing is wrong, and maybe she'll turn into good now. Who knows? Or maybe she'll light on fire. I don't know. That's actually my thing. I think she's going to light on fire by the end of the next episode. She's going to become an infernal? Yeah, I think she's going to see the error of her ways. She's going to she's going to like repent for just a second, realize she's kind of being, you know, kind of crazy, and then all of a sudden she's going to light on fire because the higher ups know how to light people on fire.
Yeah, and with that, they're going to elaborate on the story between her and the sister of Fire Force 8.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think that's just like something.
Wow, you have very little faith in the series.
I'm losing every episode. I'm losing less and less faith in it.
You're losing less faith, which
that's
means
good.
You're
getting
faith.
more faith.
So you like the show?
No.
Perfect. Gotcha. You get out of here.
I fell for it again.
You've been kicked out of the podcast. Just kidding. You're back.
Oh, thank you. I mean the opposite of that.
You're losing
Wow.
faith. I don't know. This was a fun battle episode. This was like the first time we see them fighting against like normal people, and we got little bits and pieces of everyone doing cool stuff. Like Lieutenant, who's one of my favorite characters. Like I like how he has that side thing. It's like, oh, Lieutenant, you seem to be more violent against humans than you are against Infernals, which is just, I think, an interesting character trait.
I also like his power, which is because we know he's a
Second generation.
second generation, so he can manipulate fire, but he uses the fire to manipulate the bullets that he shoots, which is awesome. There were some cool and interesting uses of that. Basically redirecting bullets, turning them to non-lethal bullets.
I was thinking, like, man, like that takes a lot of willpower. Like, does he have to think about every single bullet that he fires and slowing it down? Like, if he just misses just one of those out of like the hundreds of bullets that he shots, those people are dead.
That's true. He has a lot of self-control.
Well, were they all dead or were they not dead?
They're totally knocked out.
Oh, okay.
They're just knocked out with like air bullets or something. Like,
Yeah,
like real bullets, just
non-lethal
not.
force.
Because they were real bullets, he just took the flame out of them, I guess. Because he was shooting some people close range, like in the face. Like,
Yeah, that would have killed somebody if it was just even a normal bullet and it wasn't, I don't know, super fired up. I don't know. I thought that guy looked dead.
Yeah, the
just-
guy
just
that he
the impact.
executed for it, like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and he did it all like he wanted him dead too, like no mercy.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Yeah, he's the big brain guy.
Mm-hmm.
You need to have a big brain to be able to curve half a dozen bullets at once and have them all ricochet in several directions without even being able to see your target.
Well, it's probably all, I imagine, because I don't have firepower, so I really don't know. But I imagine it's all like the same movement, so he doesn't really have to concentrate hard. It's like if he shoots 20 bullets, he just does, I don't know, the same.
Like, he just activates the switch, just like, no fire in these bullets. Bam,
Yeah.
bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, it's like if he presses his arm in a fist, then all the bullets do the exact same thing.
Wow, you really hate the show.
No, I'm trying to just visualize or explain, or I don't know how easy it is. So I don't know.
Okay.
I have no point of reference. How about the closest point of reference is like, I think, like your pee stream. You know,
Okay.
you can hold in your pee like mid pee, right? That's like, that requires some willpower and also some physical
Sure.
ability.
Superhuman ability, some would say, because it's very difficult.
Yeah, exactly. Now imagine doing that 6 different times in 6 different locations. And, you know, a more complicated motion than that also.
That's basically, so you're saying the lieutenant is just an expert peer, is what you're saying.
That's how you practice this, that's for sure.
So what
Okay, so-
happened with his bouncing bullets? Like, so he shot those bullets and then they activated and ricocheted?
Based off the sparks after they landed on the ground, he manipulates the sparks and is able to use them to redirect the bullets even further. And I guess he just keeps doing that over and over and over again with 6 different bullets bouncing all over the place simultaneously. And,
Okay,
you know,
sure. Science, fire, makes sense.
Yeah. You're so good at
what did you
explaining
guys
these things.
what did you guys think of the fan service in this episode?
Oh God.
It was
Why?
a little extreme, but not as extreme as past episodes.
That's true. It wasn't as excessive.
It wasn't as bad as Cat Girl.
Yeah.
It was
wasn't as
just,
bad
you
as Cat
know,
Girl.
look at the sexy nun in her see-through white shirt, and also let's have her
Burn off all of her clothes except for a skimpy
except
bikini.
for the essentials,
But
essential
like
cloth
those
pieces.
times, you argue. I think the people, they're not just fan service. You argue for like they mean something, because when the evil princess ripped off the clothes from that thing and made her like all just knocked out and pushed down. Yes, that's fan servicey, but you could also argue that it's like she's at her most vulnerable state here. Like this person who was her friend just completely just like destroyed her and pushed her down and made her at her most vulnerable, which is usually portrayed as ripping clothes off.
Man, Kobe, you are a true man of culture.
Yeah. I'm
I
glad
didn't-
you could see the vision that these guys are animating with.
It's not like I defend all the fan service. I'm just saying that instance in particular was one that was just like, I see, it sounds like less fan service than the other ones.
Anyways, I don't mind the fan service. That's what I was gonna say. I don't care what you guys say.
I think maybe just because I'm used to it being worse, every time I see it, I'm going to go, oh my God, really? So that's my opinion.
What about the idiot Arthur Boyle?
Okay, so I thought this whole time they were just making fun of him about being an idiot, but he's actually like an idiot. Like,
Yeah,
how did he get this far into the academy? And
They made him even stupider in this episode. Like
Yeah.
He can't think of any words. He gets words wrong. He forgets that he's right-handed. Like, I feel like he has a mental illness, like, or he's having a stroke or something. This whole episode.
That's what I thought. Like, there was something actually dampening his powers, but it's like, I don't know if that's paid. If it was all played as a joke, it's just like the Princess Bride scene, which is like, I got something for you. I am not left-handed, and he switches over, and it's like, aha, then he's stronger. But I don't know how you could forget what hand you are when you're wielding a sword.
Yeah, especially in the heat of combat. You just fall back on instinct, I would think.
Yeah.
Against Pinhead.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's kind of ridiculous. I don't know. They must have been playing it as a joke. Like, look at how dumb he is. He doesn't know that he's right-handed in that moment. Or he forgot. But to me, it was just kind of a weird moment. It kind of threw me off. I was like, oh, so that's why? Like, when he said that, why is the sword in my left hand when I'm right-handed? I thought that Conehead was like secretly a second-generation pyrotechnic and was manipulating the sword to move into his left hand when he wasn't looking. Yeah. And I was like, oh, shit. So you have the Infernal plus Conehead. Now, you're fucked. But no, it's just he's just dumb.
Yeah, I totally thought that Conehead was like manipulating him. There was like a dampener of second-generation powers like around him that was just making him less strong, which would have made sense like on a story level. But like for it to be a joke of just like, not left-handed, like... And then it's just, I guess it's just hard because we came into the show with pretty high expectations about this vast mythology and it being pretty smart in the world that it has. But then, and then it's moments like this that make us question it. If we went into this knowing that this is kind of a comedy as well as an action show, we might have been more forgiving. But because of the stakes and the world that it set up in previous episodes, it's moments like that just don't land.
Yeah, I think the best way to describe it is when the lieutenant is fighting all those other guys and he says, I get more fight from my amateurs or from my new recruits or whatever. He says something like that. Mm-hmm. But then they flash to a scene with Arthur who doesn't have his sword in the right hand and he's getting his ass kicked by this Infernal. It's like, really? Really?
Yeah. Well, I guess that's the comedy, right? If they, because I don't remember that.
And they don't cut back to back and forth, so it's not that obvious.
Well, that would have been a good cut.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But sorry, go ahead, Kobe.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna go back because my initial impression of the first episode was, yeah, cool, firefights. That's all I want. And then once the lore and the world building were revealed, my expectations rose a bit. But now I think I'm gonna go back to my initial impression and just expect firefights because, despite all else being kind of not landing, I would say the firefights are still on point.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Therefore,
Animation's still beautiful.
I will just watch this for the firefights, not expect anything else. Bust out the popcorn. Turn off your brain.
I think so too. I think I got to change it. I was really hoping this would be a really deep show, but the elements that it's introduced is kind of fallen flat. So far, it might get better. Who knows? Because I still don't know if there are 12 episodes or 24 episodes. Because I've seen different sources. But if this is truly 24 episodes, then I have faith it's going to do a long story. If it's 12 episodes, and yeah, you know what? Firefights. Just give me some cool firefights. Because it looks beautiful. There's moments in every episode where I'm just like, damn, that looks awesome. Like, that just looks really cool.
Maybe I just can't turn off my expectations like that very easily. Because I feel like I'm just going to be disappointed. I can't do it, guys. I can't just enjoy the firefights.
But they're so beautiful. Things are on fire. He has fire kicks.
I like it when, like, every time that Shinra does his cool, like, martial arts where he's, like, breakdancing on the floor with his fire. That's pretty sick and stuff, but...
Yeah.
Even this episode was just manipulating bullets. That was okay.
Oh, what? That was awesome.
Okay,
cool.
that was cool.
I like the idea and the concept, but visually... it wasn't as, great of a firefight as you guys are talking about. And then
so you're saying there have been better firefights in past episodes?
Yes, I agree with that. But this one, if you guys are talking about, I'm just going to be here for the firefights, there wasn't even that great of firefights this episode.
Saying firefights a lot.
Firefights.
Keep saying it until it no longer sounds like a word.
Yeah, it was weird that they so blatantly left off as like a to be continued type of message. So I guess it's hard to judge the basis of this episode on it's hard to judge two-parters, like the clear two-parters on just the first part, because you want to see how the whole story unfolds. Like, what will come from this raid on Section 8? Is Section 8 going to be disbanded? Is
Section 5, you mean?
Oh yeah, is Section 5 going to be disbanded, or is I don't know, what's the end result here?
Yeah, because they can't expect to like demolish the whole section. I'm sure Hajime would not be happy about
Okay,
that.
here's what's gonna happen.
Okay.
Princess
This sounds like
Hibana-
you're totally serious.
Princess Hibana, just on the cusp of defeating Princess Hibana, she's going to reveal that she has a dead man switch, where if you kill her, then she destroys all of her research along with it. And so they don't kill her, but then she ends up turning into an Infernal, which means the dead man switch activates, which means much of her research is destroyed, except for one shred of paper floating in the wind, and someone catches it, and they're like, it says, the source of the Infernals is, and then the middle part's cut off, and then the bottom part is something human sacrifices. And then it's we have part of the puzzle. Now we gotta keep moving forward.
Sure.
There we go. That's
it. That's what's happening. Okay, Tori, how do you think next episode's gonna end?
I think next episode is going to end with, I want to say Princess Hibana is going to die, but I think all the research is going to be blown up anyway. I don't think they're going to get anything out of this, except for that they know that they had something and that they're going to target Hajime Group after that.
Okay.
I think Section 5 has run its course.
Okay. I'm gonna say I'll do something a little different. I'm gonna say the Princess Hibana. Hibana, is that her name?
It's either I think in the beginning they call her
Hibana?
Hibana.
Hibachi?
Hibana.
Hibana. It does her. I think she is going to be talked out of being evil by the nun. That they're going to have a good heart-to-heart, and she's going to call down her forces, and says, like, this is a ceasefire, we're done here. And then she's going to be like, okay, let's help, I'll be on your side, and then she's going to light on fire. That's my theory.
Right. Cool. We'll just have to see then.
We'll just have to see. Okay, is there any other good part? I like the training part, I guess, kind of at the beginning. It's fun to watch them train on that roof.
Yeah, I like that stuff. I want to see them train more and get stronger, and then fight Infernals.
Yeah, I think if there's more of a focus on the inter-character stuff, that's, I think, when it was at its best. I mean, we've only seen 5 episodes so far, but, the first couple episodes really had a focus on this main cast, more on the interaction between them, how they work together. And now that we've been introduced to, I guess, the first villain, we kind of don't have as much time for that, which is why I think I'm not liking the show as much.
Yeah, they're doing a lot, I think. At once, and it's both a funny show, it's both an epic action show, it's supposed to be a very deep show, it's a beautifully animated show, it's like it has all these elements that like need to merge together in order to be like truly perfect, but when you overdo a lot of these, then it's just like it seems a little messy.
Like I think Iris, or the sister, it was just kind of weird how she just appeared at Section 5, and I know we got the flashback, and like I said, I think the flashback was the only reason. The only reason it was there is because to get Section 8 to Section 5. But why would any of the Force assume that she was there in the first place?
Or like kidnapped, and enough to be
Yeah.
like, we need to charge in and start beating the crap out of everybody in order to get her.
Yeah,
Like
she
it
could've
ultimately
just
was
put on a
true.
walk.
It ultimately was true because but that wasn't how it started off. She came just to talk to Princess like at first, and then the princess like, I'm going to use you to lure Section 8 here and destroy them. But then Section 8 already shows up and starts kicking butt. It was just weird progression of plot.
Yeah, that's just what it seems to be, all clunky and weird. I don't like it. Don't like it. I just want to find out why Shinra. What's his story? I want to find that out.
Is his brother alive? You're not gonna learn
is
it
his
for a
brother
while.
alive? Why is Arthur an idiot? They're gonna explain that.
You're gonna have to invest dozens of episodes until you find out, unfortunately.
Oh.
And you probably won't get a satisfying answer even by the end of the series.
Well,
End of the season, I mean.
so my expectations are always shot, but I'm still hopeful. Still hopeful.
I still have faith in this show. I do. I think, and still, you're right, Jeff. It delivers awesome firefights.
That's what I'm in it for.
And there's one last thing that I want to talk about. I listened to your guys' first couple of episodes. Kobe, you said you didn't like the OP song.
Yeah.
Is that true still?
It's still true, and I listen to it every time. And it's not like I don't like the song. The song is good. I just don't think it matches the visuals of what we're watching. I think it's very kind of subdued and calm when we're watching like action, like as we're watching fighting. I want something more epic and rockful. So I just don't think they match each other, which is why I don't like it. Which is, I guess, ultimately my overall critique of the show so far is that things just don't match. Like the humor and the action and the story just don't blend well together. So my criticism of the OP is a bubble of my whole criticism of the show.
Very insightful.
What do you guys still listen to it every time and watch it and dig it?
Yeah, I totally like it. I don't know what you're saying. I think it's I don't think it's subdued at all. I think it escalates very nicely, and once the action ramps up, the song ramps up with it.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, when it calms down, they defeat the fire monster and stuff. It kind of calms down again. It's a good emotional arc in that.
We sing along to it too.
Yeah, I sing all the words.
You want to sing some of it for me right now?
Yeah, there we go.
Perfect. That made me like it much
that?
more. That
Go
made me
more?
like it much more. All right. Any, I guess, final thoughts?
I think this was better than last week's.
Yes.
And I think next week will probably be better than this week's. But in the end of the day, as long as they keep giving me those firefights, I'm fine.
Tori?
I want more story and more firefights.
More story, more fire. I just want a whole episode on fire. Like, everything's on fire from start to finish.
You just
All the characters are on fire.
Have
Wait,
you-
hold on. Not one character has stopped, dropped, and rolled yet. What is going on here?
They're not practicing fire safety. That's why they're on fire.
Yeah, when you start turning into an infernal, the first thing you gotta do is stop, drop, and roll.
That's why they change into Infernals, because they would stop it if they just stopped, dropped, and rolled.
The public education in Japan is failing them, apparently.
It's because everything's on fire.
True.
maybe it didn't work the first time, so now they know it doesn't work.
It's a chicken and egg situation, Does the fire come first?
Or
Or
does
does
public
the
safety
stop,
about
drop,
fire
and
come
roll
first?
go first? Which led to which
Oh,
is
so
more important?
so before you even turn into an infernal, you're supposed to stop, drop, and roll when you feel it, like
Yeah.
coming. Oh.
That's the secret that the church and Haijima know. That it's just like if people that's what's causing it. People don't know how to stop, drop, and roll, and that's what they're trying to cover up.
Oh man, can't wait for that to be unfolded.
That's gonna be a big reveal. But
reveal.
yeah, save this episode, guys. I'm calling it now.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you all very much for listening. You've been listening to this on Nerd Blaze. Like, comment, and subscribe. See, Nerd Blaze is like our name's like something fire related, so it's like kind of makes sense that we're reviewing the show, which is nice. Go check out our channel. We got a lot of cool videos of other reviews of other animes, of other seasons, some short videos that Jeff has done that I'm too lazy to do myself. And Anime Ricochet, our premier anime podcast about two dudes who know nothing about sports, talk about sports anime. Yeah, exciting stuff, so go check that out. Thank you all very much, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.